Hello everyone and welcome to another Router Guides video. My name is Humphrey Chung, coming to you from Bangkok, Thailand. Today is almost February, almost the end of January 2015. Thought I'd give you a new video about GNS3 and running iOS-V Layer 2, that means switching, inside of GNS3. So first off, we're dealing with GNS3 1.2.3. New version just came out a couple days ago. I think it came out last week, and it's got some pretty cool features in terms of iOS-V L2. First of all, you're going to need to obtain iOS-V L2 from somewhere, and it's actually doesn't really matter where you get it. It's about 91 megs, 91.6 megs, and it comes as a VMDK file. So it's meant to be run inside of VMware, but you can run it inside of GNS3 QEMU very easily. And I'm going to show you how to do that right now. In terms of legality, viOS is freely available. Cisco allows you to have it. It's part of their, it's not like IOU, so you're not going to get in trouble owning it. Now, of course, Cisco can change their mind in the future, but hopefully they won't. After you obtain the file, make a copy of it, store the good copy somewhere, and then make a folder. What I did is I made a folder called VMs, a subfolder called QEMU, and I put the VMDK file in there. Of course, you can put it wherever, but this is just my suggestion. All right. So to add this inside of GNS3, you're going to go to Edit, Preferences, expand out QEMU, and then go to QEMU VMs. You can see I've already made it here, so I'm going to just pretend that we're starting from scratch. In fact, we're going to kill all of this. And I'll leave my XRV there. Okay, you're going to click on New. We're going to call this iOS-V L2. And for the type, here's what's cool. If I take the drop down, GNS3, the guys have been very busy, and they've actually made an iOS-V L2 right there. So we'll click on Next. For the QEMU type, we're going to pick QEMU. Now I'm on a Windows machine, so I'm going to be doing x86-64W. Okay, I'm on a 64-bit operating system. W stands for Windows, and that's the one I probably should be using. For the RAM, we're going to go 1024 megabytes, so that's a gig of RAM. And here's where we're going to find our VMDK file. We're going to click on Browse, and I've got all this, so I don't need this. We're going to go to that C drive, VMs, QEMU, and then there's my VMDK file. I'm going to click on Open. It's going to ask, would you like to copy to your default images directory? I always click yes, but I did it before, so I don't really want to overwrite it, so I'm going to click no. But shouldn't really matter which one you click here. And then we'll click Finish. And right here you can see the icon looks like that, and if you're observant, that kind of looks like the viral icon, so that's probably where this L2 image came from. You can see for the adapters, it's 8, and they've added a -no graphic option. I'll explain what that is in a couple seconds. We'll click OK. And then to run this, very easy. We're going to click over here to our All Devices. You can see the icon, very distinctive icon there, and I can drag in 2 of these guys. Actually, I could drag in a whole bunch of them if I wanted to, but we'll drag in 2 for now. If I right-click Configure and click on this guy, you can see all the different options that it added there. So our drive is the VMDK file. We've got 8 adapters. It picked the E1000, should be fine, and then there's the no graphic. We're going to link up to 2 switches. Click on the Add Link, Ethernet 0, Ethernet 0. We'll click on Play. And if you've used QEMU before in a previous GNS3, you'll notice that no windows popped up. And that's because I have the -no graphic option that suppresses the QEMU window from coming up. So it just makes your life a little bit easier, keeps down the clutter. Now to console in, you're going to click on the console window there. And of course, nothing's up yet because these take a little bit of time to boot up, but if you're on a fast machine, should be less than a minute. So we're just going to wait here, and I'm going to put on my task manager. That way you can see how much CPU usage I'm using. And so somewhere between, it's about 30%, and that's because it's still booting. Your CPU is going to be hammered at this point. Also, I'm using Camtasia to record this, so my CPU is taking a little bit of hit from that as well. So what we're looking for is it's going to do kind of a security memory check inside the OS, and when it finishes with that, the CPU usage is going to drop down to almost nothing. And let's see, it's probably been about a minute, so probably at the 2-minute mark is where we're going to be able to really do some stuff and have the CPU at a decent level. I mean, I can do commands right now, but it's going to be a little sluggish, as you can see. I can change the host name, and I can go over here and change the host name on switch 2. And waiting just a little bit more for that memory check or security check or whatever the heck that thing is to finish. And there we go. You're going to get this platform signature verified, and immediately up here on the CPU usage, it has dropped down to pretty much nothing. So let's do some stuff. Let's make a VLAN 8 over here. VLAN 8 on switch 2. Show int trunk. There we go, show span VLAN 8. And there we go. So I played around with this a little bit for a couple hours before, and most of the commands work. The one command that's a little funky is let's find a port here, gig13. So if you go to interface gig13 and you try to do a switch port security, you're going to see that it says it's a dynamic port, and it just doesn't want to be happy with that command. What you have to do is you have to go switch port hosts, and then you're allowed to do switch port security. It's just a little extra command, but it seems to work after that. But other than that, layer 2 ether channels don't seem to be a problem. I haven't played around with layer 3 ether channels. If you play around with it, just let me know in the comments if it worked out or not. But other than that, most of the switching commands seem to work, and it's very nice that GNS3 automatically gives you 8 interfaces. I haven't tried around with adding more interfaces just because I haven't needed more than 8, but if you manage to put in more than 8 interfaces, let me know. Alright, that's a quick and dirty video from Bangkok of iOS V Layer 2 inside the new GNS3 1.2.3. Thanks for watching.